First, I'd like to start by saying thank you for setting some time aside so that we can introduce you to the world of Allscripts. Please understand that this will be a brief introduction, and during end-user training, it will be much more in-depth. I'm Monica Briggs.
My name is Tracy Jones.
And I'm Jennifer Logan.
We're going to begin the presentation by showing you how to log into the system. You're now seeing the Citrix login screen. Logging in is a two-step process. First, we log into the Citrix server and then into Allscripts. You will be provided with your username and password that you'll enter right here for Citrix. Another window will open and it displays the Quillen desktop icon. A single left click on that opens a window that allows you to get to the Allscripts system. You'll click on the test icon until we go live, and you'll get a login screen for the Allscripts system. Again, you'll enter the username and password assigned to you for Allscripts.
Now, after logging into Allscripts successfully, you will get a screen that looks like this. This is what we call your workplace. One thing that I would like to point out in the workplace is that in the left-hand corner, notice that it says Provider. If you log in and it says anything but Provider in that corner, please let us know, as we will need to fix this. The workplace includes two toolbars, the HTB or the horizontal toolbar and the VTB or the vertical toolbar. The vertical toolbar is a column of buttons appearing on the left side of the workplace. It includes user menus, which are defined by the organization, which means every provider's VTB may be different. The horizontal toolbar is a row of columns, or a row of tabs, across the top of the workplace. It is a collection of tabs that are needed to complete a patient encounter. I will take just a moment to explain each of these tabs to you. When you click on the Daily tab, patient appointments scheduled for that day will display. The system is set up to default in your individual schedule, and if this is not working properly, please let us know. By clicking on the Task List tab, you will see what I like to call your to-do list. Tasks can be created both manually and system generated. So for example, creating a note within the system automatically generates a task to sign a note. Tasks can be manually generated for almost anything. The Documents tab is a really neat feature that allows you to bulk sign items. So for example, if you had 20 normal labs that came in on the same day, you could batch all 20 labs together and verify and sign them, saving you a lot of time. The Appointments tab is where you would go if you needed to see appointments scheduled for a particular patient. This will not only show appointments scheduled with you, but it will also show appointments scheduled within the corporation. The Patient List tab is another really neat feature that I think that you will find very handy. This is a way that you can keep track of patients that you want to see a quick list or a quick reference to. So if you wanted to keep up with your diabetes patients, you could simply add them to this list. Then you could go and look at the list, print the list off, or whatever you would need to do with a particular list. You can also use this for research. We find that this would be really handy for any research projects that you may be doing. Last but not least is the Provider Schedule tab. This is another area of Allscripts that I think that you'll find really handy. In this screen, you will be able to pull in 4 different providers at a time. So for a preceptor, this will be really handy for when you're precepting 4 different residents. You can kind of keep track of where they're at with the patient visit.
We will now discuss the vertical toolbar. Up to this point, we've been looking at chart from the vertical toolbar, the chart view, and that's been everything about the patient. The second item on the vertical toolbar is user options. This enables a provider to switch sites if they move from one location to another within the organization. The third view on the vertical toolbar is home base. In this location, we can place reference sites that could be handy for you as a provider for your own reference or for patient education. We will customize this, so let us know if there are things you'd like to add to the list. We also want to demonstrate one of the ways to select a patient. Most likely you'll select a patient from your schedule, but if you, for instance, are taking a telephone call on the patient, you can search for the patient by clicking on Select Patient on the left side of the screen. And in the window that opens up, you'll type the criteria to search by. In this example, we're searching by name. You can also search by date of birth, telephone numbers, and so forth. We would type the criteria that you'd like to search by. The matches will appear in the window, and you just choose the one that you like. The chosen patient will appear above in the patient banner, and you can verify you have the correct patient because demographics will be displayed.
Now this is what we refer to as the clinical desktop, and we like to think of this as the patient's open chart. The clinical desktop will display the chart for the patient who is currently pulled into the patient banner. And as you can see, there are several different components on this screen. Now we'd like to go ahead and show you how to start a note. Now once your nurse has finished with the patient and logged out, you will come in and open the note portion from the clinical desktop. From this screen, you'll choose the visit type, such as new patient, follow-up visit, etc., and the chief complaint if applicable. Once the note form opens, you'll see a panel on the left that looks like a table of contents, which is how you will navigate through the note. All of the sections of the note are listed here on the left: the HPI, review of systems, past surgical history, and so forth. Charting on the patient is as simple as clicking on the appropriate symptoms in the form. You can also add additional symptoms if necessary. Once you've clicked yes on a particular symptom, like nausea on this patient with abdominal pain, you can add more information by clicking on the degree symbol next to the word. This opens up another box where you can add details like mode of onset, severity, quality, etc. The physical exam section will pull in a form based on the patient's sex. So for this patient, a female multi-system exam form has pulled in. Filling out the physical exam works in the same manner as the HPI, although in addition to the details box accessed through the degree symbol, there's also a text field where you can free text information. The plan section allows you to order medications and labs on the patient, as well as schedule follow-up appointments. Simply enter the name of the prescription or test in the appropriate text box and hit search. A list of choices will appear. Once you check the box, another details screen will appear, which asks for prescribing details, such as the quantity, the length of the prescription, and the pharmacy that you want to send the prescription to. The different sections of the plan are accessed from a series of tabs at the top of this page. Choices include prescriptions, labs, imaging, follow-up and referrals, and patient instructions, immunizations, supplies, and medication administration. Now once you have finished and signed the note, you can access the transcribed note by clicking on the note icon on the clinical desktop. And this shows you the note as it will appear in the EHR system. And this view shows you the note as it will appear if you print it out.
We would like to give you a few pointers as you start practicing in the system. You go into the test environment and you can actually chart with your actual patients. It won't hurt a thing because it's the test environment. The changes will not save when we go live. There actually is a physician right now actually charting in the test system, printing that record and putting it in the real patient's chart, and he's been a good example for us, and he's given us a lot of helpful hints, and we'd like you to give us pointers too as you practice in the system. The lab environment is live, so we're asking everyone not to order labs on their patients, and also not to actually order prescriptions because we don't want to confuse the pharmacy or the lab. And utilize your super users. Hopefully you'll be introduced to those at your actual site. And lastly, we have started a help desk so that you can go to this either by dialing the phone number displayed or going to the website and entering a ticket, and we'll help you as quickly as possible.
Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day.